Hi, I just got a new mono light. It is the Flashpoint XPLOR 600 Pro. We've been waiting on this for a few months now, and let's want to open it up and see what's inside the box. Okay, I'm actually kind of new to this model. I've been shooting with Elinchrom studio lights, which are very different. One, they have to be plugged into an electrical power source. Two, they do not have TTL, which this one will do TTL and high-speed sync. And three, they're 500 watts instead of this one being 600 watts. This has been a very popular model light for a lot of photographers over the past year, as far as the version before the Pro. And I was really intrigued by it because, one, they're battery operated. You can take this out anywhere. And on the previous model, you would get up to 500 full power pops, which is more than I would typically shoot anyways on a given shoot before you have to go back and recharge the battery. And there were a number of advantages, a number of flaws with the previous model. I wanted to wait for this one, specifically for a few reasons. One is because I like the redesign, and I'll show you a couple of points of that on the mono light when I bring it up. Two, the color balance on this. Basically, it doesn't shift color quite as much. The previous model would shift about 200K or potentially 200K from one shot to another. This one, I think, is down to 50K or 75K. I'll have to take a look at the documentation, but I think it's a much narrower shift of color. So if you're working with something that has to have specific color balance or needs to show something specific, you've got less chance of variance on this one, and that's something that I found very appealing. And there are a couple of other features, but let's go ahead and see what's inside. All right. I'm lucky this time around, I think. No tape. Ooh. Smells new. All right. Anything else in here? So, nice box for carrying and shipping. Don't need that anymore. And same with the bag. All right. This is what you start off with. A nice bag. It's got like a good heavy-duty material, so it's nice to have a little carrying case over here with the Velcro. And I don't know exactly yet what I'm going to do with these D-rings, but I guess if you needed to carry it as a shoulder strap and had a strap for that, you'd be in good shape. So let's unfasten this so we can separate those and find out where the zippers are. Oh, I just noticed that too. Nice little rubber feet on here. So when you stand the thing up, it's going to stay put. Not so bad on a table, but I guess when you get out and maybe set it down on some dirt somewhere, that comes in a little handier with a little traction. Or if nothing else, because it's got these patterns, it lets people know you were there. I love that new light smell. Okay, right off the bat, manual right on top waiting for you. And here is kind of what the inside looks like. Very organized. So we have stuff that's in there that's rather tight. So this item looks like this is going to be our battery charger. Yep, lithium-ion battery charger for XPLOR 600 Pro. So if you've got the previous model of this, expect that the battery is different, and you will not be able to use the battery charger for the previous XPLOR 600 or the Godox AD600. It is separate and new. Hey, there's the strap I was talking about. It's nice that they put that inside. What else do we have in here? Nice power for the charger. And this should be one of the things I was actually kind of interested in, is that's the bulb that will go on the end of the light. And one of the reasons I liked this, it's actually much larger than I was expecting, is that they've changed the design from the old one. And you can see there's a frosted tip on here. And if you've ever had to deal with hot spots going through a softbox, this is something that's going to help you. On my Elinchroms, they actually had a little piece of plastic, and you could get them in white, gold, or transparent, and they would deflect the light back into your light modifier and then let them spread out. And that was to keep it away from hot spots. This one is just built right into the bulb. Inside, there is a little round horseshoe style of bulb, which is different than what's on the XPLOR 600, but it is pretty much identical to what I had on my Elinchrom lights, so I'm quite pleased to see that. That is going to be a nice little piece. Okay, what's next over here? This is our new battery, and this is going to be fit on the end of it, which, since you've been waiting patiently, this is the new light. And one of the things that people complained about on the original version was that this little part over here would ratchet. In other words, it would make a noise. There is a click every way you go. It is, as you can see, nice and smooth, no ratcheting, no clicking, and seems very solid. Matter of fact, the whole unit seems rather solid. It's a hard plastic, but it feels very well made. Let's see what happens over here if we take this off. What do you know? I figured out how to get off the cap. Okay, so this is our reflector that you've got. It is very different from the one usually that comes out and around. It is just a very straight reflector. How that's going to affect the quality of the light, I don't know. This one's new for me. And then you've got room, of course, inside for your bulb. And on the back, you've got these little knobs on here, which kind of, you can see there's like a little round circle and they slide down. So basically start it up a little up top like that and slide it down. And that is your complete XPLOR 600 Pro. Same thing as the Godox AD600 Pro. Is there anything else left in the box? Yes, there is. You also get one of these little silica packages to keep moisture out. One of the things I like about this is if you look inside, there are compartments over here, but they're Velcro. So if you end up purchasing 2 of these, you probably actually got room for 2 lights in one bag. So if you get 2 of them, you're going to get 2 bags, but instead of lugging that around, it may be advantageous just to put your lights inside of the bag and then maybe put the battery pack someplace else. And it looks like they're connected kind of by a little zipper in here. So this part is Velcro, and then you can take out this other part over here. Overall, I'm pleased. I'm looking forward to getting into kind of the Flashpoint line or the Godox line, whichever model that you may be looking at. One of the things that really pleases me about this is the fact that it has built-in radio control that is universal between the small flashes, something in the middle like the AD200, which I've got a pair of those, and then now this larger strobe unit. So before, I'll probably do another video showing you what I used to cobble together before between Nikon flashes and Elinchrom and other pocket wizards and various things like that. Now I've got a consistent lighting setup that will work with the same flash triggers and hopefully make my life easier without having cables and cords dangling around as I'm trying to do my photo shoots. I hope this was useful for you. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments. Talk to you later.